Hey, folks, good afternoon and welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP here at TGO Top Gun Options. I'm Whiz, Matthew Buckley. Hopefully, everybody had a blessed and Merry Christmas with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Certainly had an incredible day here with my family and ready to get back to work, at least for a little bit, until the big 5-0, turning 50 here on New Year's Eve. Interesting. I heard an interesting comment the other day that I'm still getting my head around. Being born on December 31st, you can never say, you ready for this, that your birthday is next year. Isn't that weird? So for my entire life, I've had to say, hey, my birthday's this year, because it is. So little Cliff Clavin trivia for there. Okay, so seeing a little bit, I don't even know where to start. Since we last talked, Secretary of Defense Mattis resigned, Steve Mnuchin caused market panic, you name it, it's happened, and we're in a very, very tactical market. I mean, it's over with, folks. So if you're not a member, you're missing an incredible session at 1 o'clock today, because this is the big one. And I'm going to introduce my 2019 term there. It was going to be IROC, and I grew up in Jersey. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school. You know what IROC stood for? It stood for Italian Retards Out Cruising. Remember those cars, IROCs? Used to cruise with a buddy of mine, Italian buddy of mine. But we're adding an F to that, and it's FIROC. For 2019, it's FIROC. And if you're not joining me at 1 o'clock today, you're starting off your 2019 wrong. All you need to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/go-flight. Watched Apollo 13 over the Christmas break here. Go for flight, right? Go flight for $38. You can take a test flight this week or into next 7-day test flight, and you can see what FIROC means and how we're going to be printing money in this bearish market. This might be ugly to equity investors. It is not ugly to options traders. We can potentially make money no matter if the market's going up, down, or sideways. And this current 430-point, quote, rally in the Dow is stupid. In an up market, you do what? You buy the dips. In a down market, you sell the rips, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing here at 1 o'clock, because this is a short squeeze. I mean, the Dow popped a little bit that the Fed chief wasn't going to be clipped. Then it imploded 200 points, and now it's back up 400 points. This is a trading market, folks. U.S.-China trade war sees no progress. Trouble for Dow Jones? Yeah. Like I said, you're going to learn what FIROC means. Let me give you a little bit of a clue. Fed, impeachment, recession, oil, China. Those are the issues for 2019, and that's where I'm gonna train folks to potentially print money. But this was awful. Steve Mnuchin, my sister was partners with the guy at Dune Capital. I think I met the guy when my sister was a Woman of the Year for New York City a couple years ago. I think I met him at the dinner she was getting honored at. But you think dudes are smarter than this on Wall Street? They're not, folks. I worked on, it was Jackson and LaSalle in Chicago, but I'll use the euphemism Wall Street. These people put their pants on just like you do. They ain't no rocket surgeons, folks. I've seen behind the curtains, and as a matter of fact, a little bit smarter than some of these folks, to be honest with you. Why? Because I use military methodologies. Trading's a form of combat, folks, and somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose. And this type of moronic move out of the Treasury Secretary calling from the beach in Mexico on his holiday to see if the banks were okay, it just started the massacre on Monday. And it's a massive downturn here in December, folks. And this dude is adding to the volatility. Now, I get today, Hassett came out and said, hey, man, or the new chief of staff since General Kelly, Trump's losing all his generals, man. Thought he was doing a good job hiring all these generals. But if you fire all your generals or you don't listen to them, I wonder who the idiot is. So this guy's adding to the volatility, man. So the Dow lost 300-point gain. It rebounds after these guys, their jobs are safe, and now we got this 400-point rally. I would sell the hell out of this rally. Investor cutback in new market bets is the most severe since 2008. Decline signals that doubts about the direction of global markets are intensifying. This will be the big one, folks. The longest bull market in history is over as the S&P suffers its worst Christmas Eve crash on record. Thank you, Mr. Mnuchin. Let me move that over to there for the brief. CTAs. CTAs are going for broke, are now short every major market. So this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do not be the one that says, "Hey, well, that literally is a falling knife right there, folks." You do not step in and catch a falling knife. Do not put any new capital to work. Talk to us first, folks. We'll teach you how to potentially make money in this market. Oil's a big issue here, folks. We haven't even mentioned the word Iran in months. Trump pulled us out of the Iranian nuclear deal, and he was right to do that. But what happens next? Iran's going to be a big stick in the mud, and oil's going to be a big story. Amazon claims a record-breaking holiday season by items sold as it seeks to beat weak outlook for the quarter. Amazon, folks, is an interesting story here. The market doesn't care right now. We've been right about Amazon, wrong on the stock price. This is a dead cat bounce. Now, usually we see a November-December rally as retailers do great at Christmas. They had a phenomenal Christmas this year. Just using anecdotally, going to the Boca Town Center here, the random times I had to make a drive-by there, it is insanity. It looks like people really didn't care that the stock market was plummeting, but Amazon, folks, it doesn't. The market only cares when it cares, and it doesn't care right now that Amazon had a record-breaking Christmas. The post office and the FedEx and UPS came out with their holiday reports. Record holiday season, record Christmas season. The market doesn't care. Why? Because what I told you, FIROC, man. We got the Fed, we got impeachment, we got recession, oil, and China. Folks, we're still in the middle of a government shutdown with both sides acting like they're children, with sitting there with their arms crossed. Nancy and Chuck can't move off their position, neither can the president. So we have a lot of bad going on, folks. There is not one bullish thing I can look to in this market. Jobs are good. I can point to solid macroeconomic data, but it doesn't matter. Remember, folks, the market only cares when it cares, and we're going to talk about all of this stuff in about 30 minutes at 1 o'clock in the primary live trade brief. Holiday shortened trading week, but it is going to be extremely volatile, folks. We're in a bear market in every market. I briefed you a couple weeks ago on the Russell 2000, big canary in the coal mine. Take a look at the Russell 2000. That's that's uglier than the S&P 500. Anybody want to step in and buy this thing? The answer is no. We're going to have some short-term rip your face off. I'm not going to call them rallies, but they're going to be short squeezes, folks. Everybody being positioned short. When you have a little bit of an uptick day, all the shorts get squeezed, market rebounds, and then people don't get lured into this, folks. We are in a bear market. You do have bear market rallies, folks, but the overall trend is down. This becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Hedge fund redemptions are going through the roof. Hedge funds are failing, imploding, shutting their doors, giving what little money back to investors that they have left. It's ugly, man, and it's only going to get worse. But again, as an options trader, you can potentially make a hell of a lot of money if the market's going up, down, or sideways, and we got a trend here. And it's on the screen. So if you're not a member and you're not going to join us at 1 o'clock, do so at your own risk. Good luck in 2019. We're going to do our best to print money for our members here and train them how to fish on their own. So head to go.topgunoptions.com/goflight. And for $38, instead of beating the hell out of each other at the mall today to return those socks you don't like, come check out what we're doing in our primary live trade brief service. And a quick reminder to members, you got about, 5 days left before the price increase of lifetime memberships and our Commanding Officers Club coaching goes up $2,500. Okay, I've been on the phone with a couple of you, trading emails with folks that are trying to sneak in under the wire. You guys are good to go. Don't be the dude or the lady that calls on January 1st asking for the 2018 rates. It's not going to happen, okay? So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock in our primary live trade brief. We'll see you.